what I want to do today is teach you something that will bring calm to your physical body, and by doing that, usually also to your emotions and your thoughts. There's all sorts of apps out there these days and things like that where you push a button and you'll hear a waterfall or you'll hear a thunderstorm or wind chimes or birds singing. My favorite push button thing is Mozart KV 299. It's the most healing piece of music ever studied. And I love to just push play on that and then repeat. And then meditate and pray and things with that in the background. It's really great. But the other thing I want to teach you, or actually it's on the YouTube channel. I'm not going to try to teach it without the visual. But it's to activate your vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve has become very, very popular recently in both mainstream and natural medicine. The more we learn about it, it goes right through your brainstem to all the critical parts of the brain. It has its tentacles in every system and organ in the body. And it's a nerve, so it carries information. And very often the information is either danger and we need to speed up and panic or have fear, or it's calm and peace. And they're even studying the vagus nerve to see if continual stimulation of it will cure cancer and a number of other really serious diseases. They've implanted mechanisms to activate it automatically in people every few seconds or few minutes, and measuring the results of that. The initial results are very, very good, but you can do it yourself. And the way you do it yourself, my favorite way is breathing, and all you have to remember is 3-6-9 and then 6-9-12. So it's really easy to start with 3-6-9. So for 3 seconds, you take a breath in, hold it for 6 seconds, then let it out for 9 seconds. And once you get really good at that, and it's really easy, then you move up to taking an in-breath for 6 seconds, holding it for 9 seconds, and then letting it out for 12 seconds. When you do that, it activates your vagus nerve. Now, that takes about 27 seconds to do, the 6-9-12 version. So you can do 10 of those in 5 minutes. And that's exactly what I do and what I recommend, either once, twice, or 3 times a day, or just whenever you need to calm down a little bit. Take 5 minutes, activate your vagus nerve. You can also activate it by massaging it, and you can go on YouTube and find videos showing you exactly where it is and how to massage it. It's very simple. And humming activates it. So if you want to hum around the house or at work or out in the yard or in the car or whatever, that will also activate your vagus nerve. My favorite way is the breathing way, because not only do you activate the vagus nerve that way, but you expand your lung capacity and increase oxygenation. And increasing oxygenation is pretty much, that's going to benefit every single thing about your health. It's going to make you smarter. It's going to make you stronger, more endurance, more energy, you name it. So that's why I prefer the breathing one, is you get double for your money. You don't just get activating the vagus nerve. You get a lot of other really great health stuff too. So I would do that once, twice, 3 times every single day. You can't really do it too much, but just be careful you don't get obsessed with it. Any obsession can stress you. So stop short of that. But once, twice, 3 times a day, listening to Mozart or to the 528 love frequency, boy, great combination for calming you right down and pulling that stress out of your mind and body. So that's it for me, Johanna.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. So, all right. So if you have a comment or a question for Alex, you want to raise your hand by pressing star 2. Star 2 is going to raise your hand. I'll be able to unmute your line. And let's see who we have here. I think this is Marilyn. Hello? Hello, yes.
Hi, Marilyn.
the video yesterday, and I had a go at doing the breathing exercise. And I did notice a difference, and so I decided to try and do it for more than the one. And I thought rather than just do the breathing, I would think of something that was stressful. And I've always had a problem with chocolate, and since doing the codes, I don't eat it as much like I used to, but I still like a piece, and I suppose I would call it my guilty secret sort of a thing, or that you know, like an addiction, I suppose, but it's not like it used to be. So at that point, I didn't necessarily feel like having a piece of chocolate, but I just thought, well, I had a piece of mint chocolate in the fridge, and I do like mint chocolate. So I just thought about the mint chocolate and how nice it would be to eat a piece. And then I managed to do, I think, about 4 or 5 of the breathing. And I found when I finished that, yeah, it did change my thinking about the chocolate. I think it has, it doesn't seem to be a guilty thing now, because I had a piece at lunchtime and I didn't have that feeling of I really shouldn't be having this. But after I had done that, my mother came into my thoughts, and I did some truth testing, and I found I had unforgiveness issues towards her. And I did it again last night, the breathing before I went to sleep. And again, it triggers, it's like when I've only done it twice, but both times I've done it, it's brought an issue that I've then gone on and did a healing on.
Wonderful. And
I do feel relaxed, but it's also bringing up an issue for me.
Yeah, you know, one thing you said that I think is really important, Marilyn, was guilt. You know, guilt is an amazing thing. Guilt, the pain of guilt will push us into doing something that maybe we really don't think we should do, or that even is wrong for us, whether that's chocolate or pornography or whatever. And then after we do it, the guilt beats us over the head for doing it. So, man, guilt is a bully, man. And so if it can change that guilt related to something, that's a big deal.
The other question I have is, why is chest breathing stressful? Or, I mean, we have lungs. Aren't we supposed to breathe oxygen?
Yeah, we are. But actually, if you do chest breathing, let's say you go out into the woods and you say, I'm going to breathe really shallow, and I'll try to do it in the phone so maybe you can hear it. Kind of shallow breathing. Do you know that will actually kill you? That if you stay there and do that long enough, that shallow breathing, it can literally kill you. Now, is that not amazing? Where deep breathing from your diaphragm does the opposite. It you know, like I was saying, it increases blood flow, it increases oxygenation, it expands lung capacity. So the more you do it, the more healthy you're going to get from it. And a lot of people, including my father died at 87 of pretty much natural causes. But I was with him when he died, and for about 5 minutes, right before he died, he started this shallow, rapid breathing. And at the end of that, he died. And so the shallow from your chest breathing is works against your health. The diaphragmatic breathing very much for. And it's just the way we're built. It's just the way we're built. It's saying, well, why do I have to put unleaded gasoline in this thing? Well, I don't know the reasons. Go ask somebody at Shell, but you do, or it's going to tear up your car. Shallow breathing will tear up your health.
Yeah, I actually have experience of that quite a few years ago. Just after Christmas, I just started feeling unwell. I wasn't unwell. I just didn't feel well.
Right.
And this went on for quite a few weeks, and then I went and saw a Felden Christ lady, and she found that my whole diaphragm was tight.
Yeah.
And then she did what she did, and she released it. I took this huge breath.
Right.
And I started to feel better. But I've been just so busy for Christmas, I was just so wound up and stressed that it just tightened. I hadn't realized that. And yeah, I wasn't sick. I just didn't feel well.
Yeah,
and it was my diaphragm was so tight that I wasn't able to take deep breaths.
Yeah, and I find that of a lot of people. And you know, when you're using energy medicine, working on issues, very often you know that the issue is either healed or you've gotten a big chunk of it healed when you will spontaneously take a really deep breath. And that happens to me all the time. It's happened tens of thousands of times to me. I do energy work on myself, usually 1 to 4 hours every day. And every time I heal an issue or make big progress, there'll be this deep breath. And so yeah, it's and of course, if you're into natural health, you already know there's lots of modalities out there. The only thing they do for your health is breathing. So it's a big deal. But when you combine it with activating the vagus nerve and maybe listening to Mozart's KV 299 or the love frequency or whatever, you've got a really magnified healing kind of situation doing all of that. But yeah, it's a big deal.
Yes, it is. Johanna, do I have time to share? Is there somebody else who wants to talk about it?
Let me just, if there's anyone else who has a question or a comment, you can raise your hand and star 2 on the phone. Just a couple seconds. And at the moment, I don't see any other hands up, so go ahead, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Okay. A couple of videos back was when you talked about pain and that we learn and heal from pain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked to you on the All Access call about pain, and you, in that conversation, talked about we should feel joy when we feel pain because it is something that we learn from and we heal from. And when you had done the original video on pain, I had done some healing because I have some memories which are pain, have a lot of pain in them. I'd healed on them, but I didn't seem to be able to heal the pain. And I'd actually, after that video, done a healing where I was very angry and unforgiving towards God that why had He given me these memories with this pain? Why couldn't He found another way to teach me the lesson I needed to learn? The day, it was morning for me, so it was during the day. I thought about your saying that we needed to feel joy. And so I thought, okay. So I went and found my earliest memory where I had a pain that I hadn't been able to heal. And using the truth technique and going through the categories, I asked what was it I needed to learn from the pain that I felt in this memory.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been quite incredible because I no longer have any pain in that memory. I can look back at that memory now, and so that's what I've been doing. And I've been working through each of these memories where I had a pain that I couldn't get past. And I've been asking through the truth technique which one was it. Was it love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, whatever the issue was. And it has been very healing doing that.
That is absolutely wonderful, and I'll even say this: sometimes it's probably a 1 in 10 time, but probably 1 in 10 times the pain will not go away until the person does learn the lesson that they're supposed to learn from it. And then a lot of times it's like magic. Once they do that, it goes away, and I believe that's what it's there for. It's there for me to learn that lesson. So if I'll learn it, then great. The pain will go away and I can go on to something else. If I don't learn it, then I keep having to go through the pain that's sort of like, the pain is sort of like Alex, you need to pay attention to me. And so if I do, I move on. If I don't, I can become stuck. So thank you so much. Great example.
Thank you.
And Johanna, if we don't have anyone else, I think I'm going to say au revoir and get to another meeting. Are you there?
Yeah, we do have a few more. Would you like to take one more, maybe?
I'll take one more, yeah.
Okay. Let me unmute. Okay, so this caller is from Florida. Your number ends in 9037. 9037. Your line is open.
Hello.
Could you say, hey, Dr. Alex, could you say the name of that Mozart tune again?
Yeah, it is K as in kitchen, V as in victory, 299. And it's a sonnet for flute and harp. And I would just go to iTunes and listen to a bunch of them, find your favorite version, get it, and then just put the repeat on.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. I think you'll enjoy that. I love it.
Okay. Alex, did you want to take one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay. This is from Glenn in California, 1664. Your line is open.
Hi, Dr. Alex.
Hey, Glenn, how are you today?
Doing great. Hi, Johanna. Dr. Alex, I'm sure if you would share with us, you say you do your own energy work from 1 to 4 hours a day. I do it about an hour a day. I wonder if you could kind of share with us what you do and kind of your routine.
Sure. I usually use Trilogy and Memory Engineering. And so I'll start with whatever's bothering me most. And sometimes there's not much bothering me, but I still have something that's probably bothering me more than anything else. And I'll work on that until nothing is bothering me. And then I'll go through the 12 categories to see, okay, if I'm going to do more work tonight, which category would be best for me to work with first. And then I'll go to that and start working on, let's say that's anxiety or fear, whatever. I will, work on that. I'll remember anxiety, fear memories, people in my life associated with anxiety and fear, free-floating anxiety and fear that I don't have any idea where it came from or things like that. I'll pray about my ancestry. And, if these things are passed down to me, please let that cycle be broken and them healed. And then I'll go from category to category until it's bedtime usually. And then I go to bed. But I'm sometimes, that's a long time. So sometimes while I'm doing that, I'm watching a movie with my family or, something else, but I'm working on myself at the same time. And then some of the time is just like nothing but working on myself. But that part is probably not usually more than an hour.
Okay. The categories now, I have Trilogy, I bought the Advanced, love it, been using it.
Uh-huh.
The 12 categories, where do I find that?
That's in the Trilogy Home Study. You can also find it if you take the Heart Issues Finder test. That's what the Heart Issues Finder test is. It's testing you for like 100 different variables within those 12 categories. So you'll also find those and an explanation of them in the Heart Issues Finder test, which is free to take right now. And they're also in the Healing Code book and the Love Code book.
Oh, great. So you have a video on that. I must not have seen it. That's in the Advanced Trilogy course?
Yeah. There's a custom trilogy in the Trilogy Home Study course for each of the 12 categories.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Still going through that, but I've been practicing the whole personality thing, so I've got more to do, so I didn't see that.
That's all right. It's there somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I'll find it. Thank you so much, Dr. Alex.
My pleasure, Glenn. Have a great day.
You too now.
All right, Alex.
Okay, well, I love you, everybody. Love you, Johanna, and have a wonderful day.